How's it going, everybody? A lot of videos lately have been about roster rumors, but today we've got one full of confirmations, things that have actually happened, the ones that are announced in official status, and provide some context about kind of the ecosystem of what's going all over in Europe. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. As always, if you guys want access and updates on this, all roster changes that are official, ones that are rumored to be. So free agents will clean that up eventually as well. But first things first, Oski officially on Oxygen, completing the trio. It is going to be Oski, Archie, and Ixo. It is no longer rumor. It is 100% confirmed official status with Snasky as coach. A lot of people kind of questioning this one, believe it or not. A lot of people talking about how, hey, you've got Oski and Tao as this glorified duo. Achronic's part of it when he came over from BS Plus. Really talented team. A lot of potential. And now that that duo is splitting, because the rumors are Tao is going to be going over and joining Vatira on K Corp, the conversation's been a little bit different of why would Oski go and join Archie and Ixo. And from what I've seen at live events, they do tend to hang out quite a bit, just as like a friendship thing, but also it's a different environment. It's a different chance to do something. People forget that when Archie first came into the scene, he was like heavily regarded and everybody wanted him. And Ixo's not bad either, who hasn't really gotten his call. So I'm very interested to see on what this roster is. Will they be a consistent major team? Because if I look at the rosters right now in Europe, if I had to guess based on my theory craft sheet that I have, K Corp very likely going to make it. Vitality going to make it. BDS going to make it. From there, it's like, it's pretty open. I think there's like 2 or 3 opportunities. The Seiko Itachi Juicy rumor, the Moist rumor, like to me, that's your 5 teams. So I think like these 3 are the ones that are going to be fighting for the spot. Joyo Extra Chronic, if that's true for Moist. Seiko Itachi Juicy is a rumor. That'll be fighting for a spot. Oxygen with Archie, Ixo, Oski fighting for a spot. So I don't think it's a guaranteed solidified top 5, but I do think they will be competitive. So very interested to see on what this team looks and plays out to be. Alongside that, we've had a lot of rumors about what's happening with K Corp and BDS. We now have official statements. The one from K Corp actually provides us a lot of insight. Exceptional year full of emotions, but we're saying goodbye to our team for the 22-23 roster. Thanks for all the moments, the experience, etc. They then separate 2 different statements. The first one is, we wish you good luck and success in your new team, Exotic. Exotic has a team. It sounds like it's solidified. It's locked in. Best of luck on where you are headed. We know where you're headed. Again, this is maybe us just extrapolating information, but the fact that these 2 statements are separate, I think is very telling. And it looks like that Exotic to BDS conversation is becoming more and more likely, as we have displayed here. BDS. We're thinking it's Exotic Jolly. We'll see what happens, but K Corp is at least saying like, hey, this is you've got a new team. Maybe the rumors are locked in. The second part of it then says, and regarding Itachi and Eversax, Itachi and their coach Eversax, they're still trying to figure out their options. No doubt they'll find a project that suits them. No doubt they're shopping around and trying to find the right answer. They're trying out. They're doing everything they can. But to me, this just further exemplifies why this statement being separate is important. So with that in mind, not confirmed, I would say like, hey, Exotic to BDS seems very, very likely. But Itachi and Eversax, if they are staying as a duo, the rumors right now are Itachi, Seiko, and third being Juicy, and they're fielding a bunch of different organizations. I know they're in talks from what I've heard with Gentlemates. As Gentlemates been teasing getting back into the RLCS for a while. Very large creator-based orientation org, another French team, all that kind of stuff. There's also another couple organizations that aren't currently in the space that are also entertaining the idea. So I think they've got some options out there. I think there is definitely some teams that they are interested in. Just a matter of finding the right fit, the one that's going to pay the most money is what I assume is going to happen. So curious on what that will turn out on. But the thing that we haven't seen in official statements is who they are associating with. My guess would be it is Itachi, Seiko, Juicy with Eversax as coach. We'll see how it goes. But it definitely seems like these 2 are staying together if they choose to. And then last but not least, more confirmation. Team BDS has officially released Rise. We already knew that Rise was going to have his contract expire before the season came up. So the benefits to this for him is he's now an unrestricted free agent. He is completely able to go and look and do with no buyout needed. He got 2nd place at every single major and the World Championship with different teammates at every single event last year. To me, he is one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world and the most sought after. And if he gets to play with the Tau and Vatira, 2/3 back to that original Moist roster, like, they're going to be pretty insane. So my assumption, now that Rise is officially out, now that the buyout has expired, they were just kind of twiddling their thumbs, they can lock in that final spot. But there is some complications going on. There's a lot of K-Corp fans that are waiting to see what on earth is going on with a Tau. Why haven't we seen anything from Team Liquid? And Achilles, the founder of Shift, does put out some information saying, like, hey, some stuff is coming soon. How much of this is official based upon what he's been doing, we'll have to wait and see. But he is talking about, like, hey, they still plan to sign a Tau. It's going to take some time to get the deal done. Insight onto this one. If they are looking to sign a Tau is currently with Team Liquid. If that happens, Oski is gone. It leaves only a Chronic, and a Chronic is rumored to be going over to Moist. I highly doubt that a Tau and a Chronic are going to stick together on Team Liquid, which leads me to believe that Team Liquid is going to be out for the year. Like, I don't think Team Liquid is going to be in the RLCS next season unless they pick up one of the, like, up-and-comers, like Relating Wave, Toxic, Acro, that can maybe get cheap. The Mark by 8 Rizx Catalysm team that's playing together. Like, they could go pick up kind of a diamond in the rough team and sign that. But I assume Team Liquid is going to leave the RLCS temporarily and then come back in the future. On top of that, you're then talking about, well, okay, we'll then see the rest solidified. So now that Rise no longer has a buyout, K-Corp can finally lock that in. No buyout for him. They're happy. K-Corp now going after a Tau. And on the other side of things, you look at, if I'm Team Liquid, we're talking purely business decision. I know K-Corp, star player Vatira, wants a Tau. So why would I give that up for cheap? You know K-Corp has money. They just signed and committed to the LEC, which is $100-some million commitment. Like, you know K-Corp is good for it. So as much as you don't want to screw over a player, there is also this kind of weird balance in business where it's like, Liquid needs to recoup some of the costs. They want to get a healthy buyout. They know K-Corp has the money, but you also don't want to be so stingy to where they, like, eventually say it's not worth it and they completely pull out, and now you're left with a dead weight. You still have to pay his salary and try to find something else last minute. So there is a weird side to it where Team Liquid can definitely play like hardball, but at the same time, if they play too difficult, then it could fire back at them. So my assumption is, while they're going through negotiations right now, Team Liquid is trying to protect their investment and say, hey, we can get a bag for a Tau because we know he's sought after. And then K-Corp is also still not trying to pay a ludicrous amount for something that is unrealistic. So kind of a weird balance of the industry. Either way, that's what we got for roster stuff right now. Again, access to this document is more than open. Stop by the stream, twitch.tv/Lawler. Type !RLCS rosters. Also try to pin it as the top comment. If it's not there, just go check some of the previous roster videos. It'll have it in one of those. So that should do it. But other than that, any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. We'll see you in the next one.